What up, brothers? It's Clipper King returning for a brand new review from my channel. Something a little bit out of ordinary. As you can see, the figure in front of you is the Did, or Dragon in Dreams, Winston Churchill figure. I'll tell you a little bit of a backstory and how I got this figure, and also why you see it says 16 Bruce in the bottom right hand corner of your screen. Basically, I was laid in bed on Sunday night, maybe Monday night I think, watching reviews, trying to catch up, and I saw a review of a figure called, it was the Did Chicago Gangster by a friend of mine called Steve Morris, the guy who painted me the melting Joker head. I saw his review. His channel's Trespass 1 I think at the moment, and I was watching the review, and the figure reviewing with a Johnny Depp, John Dillinger figure from Public Enemies, and I really taken back with everything that this figure had, and I thought, I've not really checked it out before, let me have a look. So I goes across to the website and sees that figure, looked for it on eBay, had a search around, and also realised that did this figure. Now, I'm not political at all, but I was asked a question about probably 2 years ago by a guy we all know called Dino Last, when I used to do question times. He once asked me a question, was, if you were to collect British figures or famous Brits, who would you collect? And it was a really hard one, because besides like John Lennon and Paul McCartney, music icons, you're really struggling. Like I say, I'm not a political person. In all honesty, I never vote. I think they all piss in the same pot. But when I was thinking, the name that kept coming to the top of my head was Winston Churchill, for a reason I don't really know. He's basically Britain's, I would say, Kennedy, JFK. Obviously with a wartime Prime Minister, so I think he holds great sway, and he is, like I say, a British icon. You can't dispute that. So anyway, going back, I'm looking at the figure and I thought, I wouldn't mind reviewing that, and I wouldn't mind ordering this John Dillinger figure, the Johnny Depp one, because I love gangsters, as you know. I've got the gangster shelf, and I thought that'll go really nice. But the only thing that stopped me were I didn't know the quality of these DID figures, and I thought I could do with seeing one. Anyway, that were it. I never bought anything, and I sort of strolled on by, enjoyed Steve's review, and I moved on. Anyway, Tuesday, as a lot of you will know if you saw on Facebook, I went down to Nottingham and I met Matt from Toy HQ, and I met Wyman from 16 Bruce. Basically, I was taking Matt's figures back that I reviewed last week, and Wyman had texted me that morning to say a new figure of mine had come into stock. And I said, well, don't send it me, I'm coming down. I'll pick it up while I'm down there if you've got time to come across to Matt's unit. I'll see you down there. And that's basically what I did. Anyway, while I was down there, I got my new figure off Wyman, and he says, do you fancy reviewing this? And as soon as I saw it, I thought, fucking hell, I couldn't have wished for him to give me a better figure to review, because it gives me a chance to see this, sort of grade what DID are doing, and then I can go and order the Chicago Gangster, which I've now done. So massive thanks, firstly to Steve Morris for showing me that figure, secondly to Wyman for lending me this one to review, and also to Matt for having me on Tuesday, because it was a good laugh meeting those them two guys, talking figures, talking community. It was a good laugh. But anyway, I'll say I have had this figure out of the box, but it is back in the box for a certain reason. So I'm going to roll straight on. I'm going to review it up. A lot of you might not like political figures, but I would say have a look, because if you don't know the DID figures, it might give you a rough idea of what we're dealing with. So I normally start with the source material, and I will still do that because I've pretty much covered it. The most I knew about Winston Churchill, obviously, well, like I said, he's the wartime Prime Minister of England, served twice as Prime Minister, famous for his speeches, which are much quoted, and he's sort of, we basically see him as he's the Prime Minister that won us the war, sort of thing. But I will say that I learned a lot more by reading the, where is it now? I've lost it. The flap on the other side of the box. Really good write-up. So that sort of told me things that I didn't know. So when I'm doing the source material, I've had a read through that, learned a little bit more than I know. But to be honest, it's not really important. What were important when I cover the source material is the fact that I know him and I don't know why I know him, which makes him a great Brit, I suppose. Like, I know John Lennon and the Beatles, although I weren't born when they split up. I know of British boxers before my time and after my time, and that sort of thing. You just know them. So the source material, like I said, as far as icons go, real world, he's got to be up there. Like I say, you're talking Winston Churchill is our answer to JFK, Martin Luther King, and others. Like I said, great leaders, I suppose. So you would have to ramp him up and give him an high source material. But because I'm not a political person, I have just brought the category down and given it a 4 out of 5. Now, instead of showing you a post straight away, I'm going to roll into the packaging, because this packaging was something fucking fresh to me. And I mean fresh. I know I said fresh a lot, but it was fresh because I was ready to see something like this. And the idea is awesome. And I do love this box. Right, firstly, the artwork. Looking at the front cover. Awesome shot. It is a figure shot. In fact, I think every shot on it is of the figure. And it doesn't sort of show the figure in a fucking elevated light sort of thing. It don't make the figure look better than it is. It shows the figure as is. So what you see on the box is what you get inside, which I really liked. So like I said, just a typical pose for Winston Churchill. Then we turn it to the side. Another shot. I like to take notes of these shots as well, because you'll notice that it does have 2 head sculpts. Another big shot on the back, which again is excellent. A little bit of information that you might need. And then on the other side, again going back to the other head sculpt that holds the cigar with the top hat on. So yeah, really good artwork. What I also like is it's not an enclosed box. It's got a magnet on this side, and it's got a magnet on this side, and it just pulls off the front. So that is the front cover off, which is cool. I really like that idea. Like I said, the front cover is totally detached now, and the other cool thing is you can turn that around, and at the back of that you've got a nice diorama to use. As you see, it's a large Union Jack, so you can display the figure with this in the background and it'll look proper mint. So yeah, I'll just show you that, and I will be displaying that when I continue the review. Now there's a massive window that we can see through. Like I say, everything's back inside. Nice wide open clamshell. You can see what you're buying. If you're in a store, you could open it, see the goods inside, and then decide if you want to purchase. So I do like that box, like I said. And again, there's some more artwork. This is obviously where the magnets are. See a tall shot with a walking stick, obviously with the natural head sculpt. I've already showed you that shot on the back. And then here with the typical V sign, showing you the overhead sculpt that holds the cigar with the top hat on. And then, like I say, the massive write up down the side. Now I think these have basically ticked every box what I look for in a box sort of thing. Hot Toys are getting very sloppy, particularly on the Avengers line and the likes. I think the boxes of the past were a lot better, namely Godfather, the Chris Taylor Platoon figure, a really good box, and there's been a couple others, but they're getting really sloppy, cutting costs, cutting corners, and I don't like that. So it's so refreshing to see this box. It's something different. I think the Chicago Gangster also comes in a box similar to that, which I like, and that is why, like I said, I've now ordered the Chicago Gangster, and it should be probably middle of next week, maybe back end of next week, and I can't wait to review that because that is an awesome figure. So yeah, I'm going to give the packaging a 5 out of 5, and I can't remember the last time I gave the packaging a 5 out of 5, but this one is really sweet. So I've rambled on for about 10 minutes. I'm going to finally get the figure out, get him posed up, and we'll now concentrate on the merch inside. Rolling onto likeness, and you could probably see from outside the box just how good the likeness is. I'll just pull back first, show you the pose. I will cover both heads here, and obviously I'll cover the fact that there's two heads when I get round to the extras section. But like I said earlier, this is the first DID figure, or like I said, it does stand for Dragon in Dreams. So, and I'm just going to say as well at this point, a shout out to Carlos, because Carlos, 1/6 scale, he collects basically everything. Everything he likes, he gets. And I'm not sure if he's got this figure. I think he has. I'm sure I've seen it in a video over there. I can't remember. He collects everything, and he's been telling us about these DID figures, and I've been a little bit naive, overlooked them. I'm not a military figure kind of guy, but this is a licensed figure, although the Chicago Gangster's not licensed, but it's clear to see who it is. Now, if they're going to do stuff like that, then I'm all for it. Like I said, massive shout out to Carlos, because he got to the party before I did. I'll just show you the sculpt on this, because it's fucking beautiful. The head sculpt is definitely Hot Toys and to be standard. I think as well, Sarong Kim did a custom Winston Churchill a while back, and I know it went for big money and the people who got it probably love it, but I don't think there's much between these, and especially when you consider the price difference. I think you'd be happy to pick this one up if you were looking at the Sarong Kim one. I do like Sarong's work. I say he's probably, I don't know, with Denny Kim I would think my favourite customisers that I know, but Sarong's work always slightly leans towards the side of cartoonish for me, and I don't want to piss on nobody's chips by saying that, but that's just how I see it. But this one's just realism down to a T. Even, I'll show you something in a minute. In fact, I'll probably show you on overhead because it's going to be hard to show. Like I said, let me get closer, and I can't while it's on my hand, so just bear with me a second. Like I said, they've got the pores, nice wrinkles, the depth in the eyes. Try and get you nice and close to the head, because like I said, I've not seen a figure from them before, and I know there'll be some of you guys haven't either, so yeah. To be honest, in that pose, it looks pretty much like a mini statue, and I'm quite blown away with it. I'm going to let you in on another little secret here. This is the only figure that I've ever bought mid-review, because I took it out of the box. Like I said, I took it out when I got home on Tuesday. I had a quick look around it, but never got it posed up right. I've just got into this pose, and between cuts, I've texted Wyman and said, Wyman, if I don't want to send you this figure back, pal, can I blast you some money through? You're like, yeah, of course you can. So I've PayPal'd it, and this is now mine, but I'm still going to review it because Wyman has got these in stock at 1/6 Bruce, and if I can sort of push any of you guys that way, I would say I think you'd be happy with this figure, particularly at price. I'll tell you price when I get to value. Have a price in your mind and see if I can surprise you and get to the value. Moving down to the second sculpt, completely different sculpt, different expression in the eyes. Obviously the mouth sculpt different. The cigar does come out. I can put the camera down there, I think, and just show you the cigar does come out. Obviously you won't want him posed without the cigar. Just basically push and twist that into his mouth, and he holds it nice. The top hat does come off. Just like I say, turn that. Again, fucking awesome. Let's get it a bit closer for you. Really well done. And I think it is Churchill to a T. And I really like as well, these figures that we normally see, they're normally superheroes or things of that type, and they're always well chiseled, good looking guys or girls or whatever, real definition. I think apart from the Godfather figure, which I've got, we never see a sort of out of shape figure kind of thing. A guy who's got a bit of double chin action going on, and a guy who's advanced in years. So for him to be able to do it and to capture it really well, get the age in the eyes and everything, I think they've done a really good job. Another thing as well, if you look into his ear there, it's actually got an hole. So they didn't miss no out on sculpt. His ears do have holes in them, like a real head would. So yeah, like I said, really taken aback with it. I'm glad I got to see it. I mean, like I said, I was sort of drawn to it when I saw it at first, and I thought that's not the sort of figure I'd get. But then it was sort of half sick of getting the type of figures I've been getting, but also wanting to try something different. But yeah, like I said, I'm buzzing about it. Obviously, you can swap the art from one side to other. You can obviously change the head. That goes without saying. But any way you want to do it, it's Churchill through and through. So I'm going to give the likeness, or the facial likeness, a definite 5 out of 5. That is beautiful. Rolling on to outfit, and I've changed up the pose slightly, although the outfit's still the same as he was wearing in the first pose. Show you up and down. Basically in his all black suit, 3-piece, holding onto the BBC mic stand with the peace sign up. Now got him wearing his glasses, which do fit him a treat, and I'll tell you why. And then as we move down, he's got the top hat, which is a sculpted hat, and then sort of felt covered. Obviously it's got the ribbon round and the bow at the side, really well done, fits him really nice and is snug. I will say one thing to look out for is you can, if you were to sort of dint the hat or rub the hat against something, I get a feeling that you could quite easily pick this off, like there where it's been on and off his head. The felt might rub off a little bit, so be really careful with the felt on the hat. It is only sort of stuck onto the plastic hat underneath. Same with the shorter hat. According to the description, it's called a jazz hat. Now it's closer to a sort of fedora hat, that one. That one's lighter weight. It is sort of a fine plastic hat, again with the felt on, but you'd have to be very careful not to rub the felt off, so handle the hats with care. Moving across here, he has another set of grey pinstripe trousers, and I will say the materials used are really good. And there's another thing I really like, what I'll get to. I might change them into them trousers a little bit later, just depends how hard he is to strip down. They do come with a set of bracers, which I think would be accurate, and they're really well done. The material is awesome, and I will say these were folded inside the box, and they already look like they've been pressed. I like to steam the clothes, which I haven't done yet on this, because obviously at the start of the review I thought I was sending it back to Wyman. That's not the case no more. So yeah, really nice material. Like most of you know, I saw the Bateman, the custom Bateman other day, and I've got to say the material on this is not far behind the Wall Street Killer figure, to say that there's a massive difference price wise. This uses really good materials. The only major difference you feel is he has like a winter overcoat. I'm going to put it on later. It is buttoned at the moment. It does feel really nice, but where this one feels like felt, the Wall Street Killer one felt like wool. So there is a difference in quality there, although this does look really, really good. Really, really fresh and clean sort of thing. So the other thing I mentioned before that I really like about the outfit, and I think this goes for every button on it, they are real buttonholes. So there's no, if you look there, there's no press stud to clip them in. You've basically got to undo these tiny little buttons, push them through the hole and button it up correctly. Same with the waistcoat buttons. Said the tailing's really good. That's what I was saying. I've not pressed this yet, because when that's pressed, or when it's steamed and pulled into place, that will fit where I want it to. It will sit more like that. But like I say, it's straight out of box. I never fuck about with somebody else's figure. But now I know I'm keeping it, I'm going to pose it up after this in the cabinet with the gangsters. And you're probably thinking, why are you going to pose it on a gangster shelf? I think at one time you were running best gang in the world, British fucking army. So yeah, I think it'll fit nice. Basically they're all suit wearers, and I think that's why I keep them together. Anyway, moving on to this outfit. Again, really nice material. You can tell a good material. When I used to go shopping, when I first used to go and buy my clothes, somebody had said to me, if you want to know if a pair of trousers or a shirt's any good, screw it up in your hand, and when you let it go, if it's still creased, it's shit. If it pops back out, it's a good quality cotton or a silk or whatever, and that's right with these. Just because it's been in box, it's not crinkled to fuck. It's still sharp and fresh, and how I like a suit. So yeah, you know it's good material. I say it's a 3-piece. You see the chain here on this end. I will show you. Is a tiny little key, which is awesome. And on this end, if I can just tuck his thing back. Oh, come on, you shithouse. Is a pocket watch, which feels metal. As you can see, it's got that on it, and it is a right touch. So yep, he has those. He has the white handkerchief in his top pocket, which I think can be removed and exchanged for his cigar pack, which I haven't got. I'll show you that on the extras. Moving up, crisp white shirt, and then a polka dot bow tie. The shirt cuffs do have the cuff links in them, and I will show you, if I move the figure around slightly, it won't fall over. The other side also has a cuff link as well. So yeah, really, really nice outfit. The shoes, moving down, are sculpted and accurate, don't have no socks. Does have a real lace though, as you can see. So really, really nice, like a politician style shoe, a dress shoe, so to speak. So yeah, moving up to the glasses. The glasses fit the head and will go on both scopes, for the simple reason is the wire glasses, so you can basically bend them to where you want. They come in the box quite secure. You don't feel like you're going to break them because they're not that brittle plastic. The wire glasses, which is awesome. There's obviously no glass in it, but you can bend it so it stays on his ear and it don't feel like it's going to fall off. And like I said, because the second sculpt is a different sculpt altogether, you might have to make slight adjustments to get them to stay on his other head sculpt, but it'll only be a minor one. But again, I think it's a touch of class, the metals that they've used. So the outfit, it's a hard one. Like I said, I've just been handling a £400 custom figure, the Patrick Bateman from American Psycho. It's reviewed on my channel. If you've not watched it, please go and have a look. This is not far behind, and at the price difference, it blows my mind. I can't believe they can do it for this price. It's not even near Hot Toys or Enterbay prices. So for them to be able to do it and to improve on it in slight things such as no press studs, it's using real buttons and real metal glasses, I can't get it out other than a 5. Like I said, my only nitpick would be the felt on the hats. I think over time would pick off. Other than that, it's perfect. And I'll show you another thing as well. Even here, look at his braces. They're on his trousers. They're not stitched on. They're actually buttoned on. So, what do you want? So, yeah, like I said, on the outfit, again, I've given it a 5 out of 5. Rolling on to articulation, and this might be the only weak category. It's not too bad because, obviously, it's not a Wolverine, it's not a Black Widow. You're not going to need it doing mental poses. It's pretty much, in essence, an old guy in a suit, like I said with the Godfather review. So you don't need him to do nothing mental. He will do everything. He stands natural. He sits natural, as you can see. Show you the pose. So what more would you want him to do? Saying that, you're aware that the body underneath is not a true type, and you're also aware that the body underneath is also wearing a fat suit underneath. A cushioned suit, basically, that will cover all his upper body. Doesn't come down his arms, but it comes down his legs. So it gives the appearance of bulk, sort of thing. And I think it does the job right. Instead of sculpting a body, sorry, that wouldn't then move naturally like fat would. I think they've done the right thing with the fat suit. I just think it moves natural, and obviously when you sit down it will crunch up and do what fat would do. So yeah, really good. Does it hinder the articulation? Not really. The body does feel very tight though. The head's articulation is a little bit limited. There's not much dip forward and back. There's, I will say as well, I've not put the ball joint connector on the bottom of that, so that head is just loose. I didn't want to warm the other head up to get that off the bottom. I'll show you what I mean by that when I do the extras. The arms, I do like the arms, they move really well, but the weird thing I've seen, because the fat suit sort of goes up onto the shoulder, when you move his arm out, it's as if his arm comes out somewhere here instead of higher up like his shoulder naturally would. But I suppose, like I say, again, because he's overweight, it does give the good appearance. Again, his legs move normally. The rotation up on the upper leg is really stiff, so to spread his legs or to turn his feet out sort of thing is a little bit restricted again. Like I say, you're conscious, you know it's not a true type. It's not far behind a true type, but it's not a true type. So I'll tell you the score. I've given it a 3 out of 5. I think that's fair. Like I say, I haven't tried to get it to do something that it wouldn't do, although it, like I say, you know it's not a quality true type. That's the point I'm basically making. I will say articulation. Do I cover the hands? The hands do swap on and off really nice. And another thing I like about the hands, it only comes with 3, I will say, but they're made for this figure hands. And by that I mean, do you know when you open your Hot Toy boxes and you look through the hand selection you get, on a standard figure you're pretty much getting duplicate hands. Every trigger hand looks the same, every relaxed hand looks the same. There's odd figures like your Joker DX11, which is different, and obviously if it's a gloved hand and it's got to fit the figure, but pretty much the hands are made to measure sort of thing with Hot Toys. Sometimes you look at them and you think, yeah, I know what that one's for, I know what that one's for, I know what that one's for. On this, they are made. He's got chubby fingers, you can see the veins, and obviously his ring. Every hand does hold something, or keeps hold of what you want it to. Really good, and like I said, they do swap on and off nice, really well painted, really well sculpted, and I do like that. I'll probably cover the hands again because I'll show you the other one it comes with as well. It's obviously the peace sign and the V for victory sort of thing. I keep calling it peace, and it's the V for victory symbol. So yeah, like I said, really well sculpted, and they do fit the character awesomely. So yeah, like I said, I have given it a 3 out of 5, which I think is the weakest category on the figure, but it's still not bad. I do like that. As you see, he's just he's in the Godfather chair, got his hat on his knee. He's just chucked a cigar in his mouth, which is pulled out of this pouch. You can see it's holding another cigar. I will show you how that works as well, because that is a nice little touch when I get around to the extras. So I'll put a short pause in here. Might get him changed or reposed, and we'll cover the things he comes with. Rolling on to extras and all the stuff he brings. I'll try and cover this quite quick because I think this review is going to be quite long again. Like I said, when I do get on to reviewing my own figures, I will be breaking them into parts again. And the reason for that is because I think the fact that they're so long is turning a few people off. I know certain people like them, like to get a cup of tea and a smoke or whatever and sit down and watch it for half an hour or 40 minutes, whatever. But there's also a lot of people who don't. And I think it doesn't stop those people from watching it, but what I'm finding is the repeat views. I think once you've seen it, you're not going to sit down and watch the video again. I think if I put them you're out in 10-minute, 15-minute sections, if you just want to watch part 2, you'll watch it. You'll watch it on your iPhone on the way to work or on your lunch break or whatever. So I'm going to break them back down into parts. So that's why I intend on doing that. This one will be straight through because, like I said, I'm advertising it for Wyman and the 16 Bruce store, and like I said, the description, the link will be in the description box. If you want to go across, it will link you straight to where you can buy this figure. So that's just to explain that. Right, so what do we get with this bad boy? Well, we started off, like I said, you've got the Union Jack flag as a diorama, which is the box lid, so you either want to keep it on your box or you can turn it around and put it in the background. That's up to you. I think it looks good. I think it looks quite patriotic. I'm not a loudmouth Englishman by any stretch, and there's a lot about this country I fucking hate, but it is just nice to show, to put a bit of a British flavour in the collection. So yeah, I do like the flagging background. And this is probably back in the days when you could wave this flag without it being racist, so we're not going to that. So obviously, we'll start at the top. He gets that head sculpt, and as you see, he's got a cigar there. He's got the smaller out of the two, which, like I say, is described as a jazz hat. I'm not sure. It looks more like not quite as wide brimmed as a fedora, but that sort of hat. I wouldn't know the proper name for it. Like I say, he's got the open mouth head sculpt on. I'll move you straight down. Let's call it the plain head sculpt. I think that one is probably my favourite, the more natural one. But obviously it's interchangeable. Like I said, there's a ball connector on the bottom of that. You just need to warm it up, pop that out, and then obviously use that for the second head sculpt. But I think I'm going to go with that head sculpt anyway, so I'm going to leave it on there. Obviously you see I've changed his outfit. He's still got the same shoes, but now he's got the grey pinstripe trousers with the braces or suspenders, whatever you want to call it. Excuse me. And then if we look down here, like I say, we've got a fucking pile of clothes for him. So you've got the black trousers, again, really nice material, really well pressed. Do like those. The black jacket, which is the suit jacket. You could also have that with that outfit. So with the white handkerchief in the pocket. Again, really nice, well tailored. Sits really nice on him, and it will sit better when I steam it. So yeah, you get that. You get the waistcoat. Like I said, does button up, real buttons. Bit of advice, when I took it off to put these trousers on, I unbuttoned the first button and realised it was a proper bastard to button them back up. So just a word of warning, if you ain't got to undo the buttons, don't. I closed the first button and then I slipped it off, popped his head, popped his hands, slipped it off over. So that'll go back on, and like I said, it is obviously the brace on the back. I forgot what it's called now. The belt sort of thing on the back is adjusted so it fits him nice, so it looks like it's tailored to him. So yeah, nice touch. And then he does have this winter coat. Again, it is buttoned, but learnt from his mistakes. I will just slip that over his head and over his arms, and I'll put it on with this outfit in a minute and show you him with a top hat and more a winter look kind of thing. Again, really nice, well done. I think you can class that as a spare outfit. I think there's enough. Like I said, choice of jackets, waistcoat on or off, 2 trousers, 2 different hats. So yeah, again, his second hat. This is the better quality of the 2 hats. Like I say, it's an hard plastic but covered with felt, and that is what you would call a top hat. Really nice, well done. And then his keychain, obviously starting at this end. He's got his pocket watch. It is all metal, that, which is nice, or feels metal anyway. Feels metal to me. With a key at the end, really nice, well done. He only comes with 3 hands, and in this case I think it's enough. I can't think of anything else he would want. Like I said, every hand he's got does do something. So yeah, like I said, they are made to measure to this figure. They're not just been took off another figure. So he's got his ring on, looking gangster. And obviously he's got the ones that will hold the cigars and everything he brings, the walking stick, really well done. The wire glasses, like I said, will fit both hands because you can sort of wrap them around both head sculpts. Really nice. You get his cigar pouch. As you can see, both of these feels leather. I suppose it isn't. It's a bit leather, I would think. Do fit 2 cigars in, and then you can put it into this. You can either put it in cigars first, so it would be closed, sort of like that, or more like that sort of thing, and then into his top pocket on his jacket. Or you could have it sort of more like that, so the cigars are poking out at the top. So again, really nice touch. It is a symbol of Churchill's with a cigar on, or with a cigar in hand, or whatever. So yeah, really well done. Hot Toys didn't do that with a Wolverine. We never got a cigar with him. You get the walking stick. Now I've reviewed the I'm Enemy Chaplain, and the walking stick was sort of a bamboo stick. Really flimsy feeling, as if it'd be very easy to break. Not the case with this one. In fact, that's metal on metal, boys, I'll just say. It is a metal stick painted to look like wood. It is detailed really well. Obviously it's got the sort of the black band there, and then moving down it has sort of got the bumper section at the bottom, like the grip sort of thing, so you wouldn't slip. It wouldn't slip from under you. So that is really well done, and like I say, it just rests really nice to that hand. It's as if the shape of that hand's sculpted, so it will go over the top of the ear, which I really like. It's made to measure. The other thing, the mic stand, fucking awesome. Everything about it. It's heavy. It's nearly, in fact, I would say the mic stand is heavier than the figure is. That's how heavy it is. The base is metal. Let me tap it on some. Listen. The stand's all metal. That's all metal. And then the top's plastic, and then the BBC symbol. I will say as well, you can see the cord wraps around it. I had the Elvis figure, if you remember. That came with a microphone stand. Not a patch on this one. I also had the Michael Jackson Billie Jean version, which came with a mic stand. Again, not a patch on this one. This is head and shoulders above the mic stands I've seen up to now. It's sculpted and sort of rusted, which looks good. Very accurate. And also what I like, here look, you see this little winder here? Watch. If I turn it, it goes down. Pull it up and turn it back, and it'll load up. Really well done. Top dollar. That's how it feels. From top to bottom, the figure just feels quality. So they're the extras. No surprise, I've given them, in fact it is a surprise, I've given them a 4 out of 5. And you're probably thinking, fucking hell, 2 heads, 2 outfits, all the stuff he would need, multiple cigars, good quality stuff, why has he not got a 5? Simple reason, I told you a while ago, I was toughening up on these scores. It doesn't come with a stand. It doesn't have a stand at all, so I've pretty much used the new Goblin stand from start to finish on this review. It don't come with a crutch grab, it don't come with a waist grab, it doesn't have a stand, and I think I don't want to put a figure of this value in this cabinet. Although, look, it's stood on its own now, I'm bouncing pretty much, and I'm not going to rock it over. It does stand perfectly because his legs are nice and tight, but a stand is a must. Got to have a stand of some kind, and he doesn't have it, so I'm marking it down to a 4, which is very tight of me, but like I say, I score them up so you guys aren't misled. So yeah, I'll repose it and we'll move on to value and the overall score. Oh fucking hell, sorry, the clipper's dropping some bollocks. Probably noticed this flyer in the background. That's in the bottom of the box, and I would include it as an extra because if you look on the back, there's your instruction leaflet. It's not a folded up piece of fucking afterthought paper like Hot Toys gives us. It's a big flyer that shows you how to warm the head and remove it. Same with the hands. I also heard, and I don't know how true this is, and don't think that I'm a fucking idiot for saying it, I was told, or I heard in another review, that these cigars, you can do something to them and they will smoke like that does. And I don't know what you do. I don't know if you dip it in water or what you do, but apparently these cigars do smoke, and I haven't met it do it, so I don't know if that's true or if it's just bullshit, but that's what I've heard. So like I said, anyway, the extra's got a 4 out of 5, and I'm going to roll on. Right guys, final pose. Just moving up. If he's walking for a wintry scene, maybe over there in Germany, checking out fucking damage us Brits have done. That's what he might be doing, you never know. Just having a stroll, V-sign up, his walking stick, and winter style coat on, top hat, looking fucking statuesque. That is beautiful. I do like that. Again, I just said I did slip the coat over the head, or took the head off, slipped it on, save unbutton it. You can unbutton it, I'm sure, but because it's still tight, I'm going to leave it like that because I don't want to pull the loose threads out and fuck it up for me then. So yeah, I've got it stood like that, and I'll probably keep it in that pose for now. So value, I told you earlier on, keep a price in your mind. What do you think it's worth? I know what the Saron Kim one went for, and like I said, I don't think there's a massive difference in it. There might be in the clothes, but like I said, I've not felt them with my own fingers, so I don't know. But from what I've seen, the head sculpt, it's not a million miles away. So I'll come out, like I say, if you follow the link below in the description box, this will take you straight to this figure on 16 Bruce, and the figure is in store, I think, for £100. So when I saw them, I looked, like I said, I looked on eBay overnight. I ordered the Chicago Gangster one. You could get that to England for about £106, and this one, like I say, if you were to buy it from Wyman at 16 Brew, £600, and then I think there's shipping on top of that. I think it was on eBay for just under £100. I think that was shipped, but it'd probably take about, I don't know, 2-3 weeks to get here from abroad. So I think it's a lot of figure and a very, very good figure for the money. So I'm going to give the value a 5 out of 5, and I think that's the first 5 out of 5 I've given for value in a long time. You either get an awesome figure with not much more, or you get like a substandard figure, or there's bits wrong with it, or it's too pricey. That's what we normally see from Hot Toys and Enterbay. But this one, I think the price is fucking excellent. This is where I think most figures should be, around the £100 mark. But I think gone are the days when Hot Toys, because they pay so much for the license, we're not going to get £100 figures anytime soon. But I think this is as good as most Hot Toys figures in the collection. Like I say, it's not everybody's cup of tea character-wise, but I've said before, there's something good about looking at somebody's collection when they've got one or two little cheeky gems in there that not everybody's got. Other than that, we'd be looking at everybody's Dark Knight collection, or everybody's Avengers, or everybody's Marvel figures, or whatever. I just think it's nice just to have them bits, like Carlito, like a Scarface here and there, and others. There's some Michael Jackson scattered about what everybody don't have, and I just like it. I think it makes it very individual. So I'm happy to have this. I now own it, which, like I said, you've just witnessed me buy a figure mid-review. That's how highly I think of this. It scored 31 out of a possible 35, which is an awesome score to say how tight I rate them lately. But yeah, I'm more than happy with it. Another thing I will mention as well, when I marked it down on the extras, another thing, because I said there weren't a stand, also there is a version out there, an exclusive version, which I think might be about £10 more or whatever. I think it was an Hong Kong exclusive, and it actually came with a British Bulldog. And I just thought, if they've done it, if they've made the Bulldog anyway, include it in every version. Don't make it exclusive, just chuck it in with all, which is why I also marked the extras down by one. But like I said, 31 out of a possible 35. That's a really good score for a really good figure. Massive shout out to Wyman, as I always do, for initially lending me this figure and then letting me buy it. I'm buzzing to have seen it, and now I know that DID, or Dragon in Dreams, or DID, whatever you want to call it, do good work. So if you want to take my word for it, boys, you can jump on it. Like I said, I'm not keen on military figures as such, but if they come with the, if they are sort of licensed like this one is, I'm all over it. But for now, it's Clipper King, and I'm out of here.